Hey y'all, let's talk about something controversial. Egg cutting. So egg cutting, if you don't know about the No Cut Club, it's a theory that you should not cut your eggs. You have these different guidelines for egg cutting, one being day 55 to 56, two being in what we've done basically for almost ever, when they slit, you can slit the rest, or three being you just don't cut at all and the eggs will come or the snakes will come out. Eggs that don't make it, well, it means the snake you know, wasn't strong enough to come out, so it wouldn't have made it outside the egg anyways. Well, I don't really agree with that, but I see merit, and besides, eggs, the snakes usually come out. So, because of all the controversy, years ago we tried it, and sure enough, when we tried that no cut concept, I lost a big clutch. It was a 28 egg clutch, and between an incubator issue and the eggs themselves, they were also born right on a heat mat. Um, it's one of those things. The eggs started to sink in early, but we let them go. The eggs were looking okay, and then around day 60, there was no slit, no activity. Around day 65, we decide, okay, I think we need to go ahead and cut these because they're either dead or just there's a problem. Well, we were kind of right. The kicker to it was if I had cut on about day 60, which would have been normal routine, that long without seeing any activity, let's check the eggs, make sure they're good. Um, I could have saved half the clutch. And instead, out of 28 eggs, I got two. So what you're about to see is a video I was very torn on uploading because it does show, this concept of cutting and when it can go wrong. But the reason it went wrong is because of an oopsie. And that's another reason I didn't want to show the video, because it was my oopsie and it was a big one. Basically, what happened was I wrote the wrong date on a tub, and where I was like, oh, we're past where we want to be. We need to cut these eggs, make sure they're okay, even though we don't have any slit action, even though. I should have caught that it was too early. I wrote the date wrong, and it was about 20 days too early. So I'm sitting here with, well, honestly, it was the most amazing cut I've ever done. Let me take a second. I cut without hitting the membrane, without hitting veins. It was just a perfect shell cut. It was a pretty good sized window. Oh my gosh. I couldn't have asked for something better given the circumstances. But I'm looking through this window, which I am so sorry that I didn't get a picture, at this very underdeformed snake, but it's still alive. So what we do when we have a small cut is we plasticize a paper towel and then just glue it in place, and that usually holds it enough. But I've never done it on this big of a window. I was sure the snake was not going to make it, but I made a big patch and it looked ugly and messy. And because of all that, I was very torn on whether or not I even wanted to record it or would I upload it. So I decided I'm going to show y'all because it is interesting. And it's amazing. The patch worked. Of course, it does show some of our issues, but check it out because I was kind of shocked that we didn't cut it open and find a dead snake. Oh, look. All these nice eggs. And what the hell is that? So we have some nice, healthy looking eggs, and then we have this Frankenstein looking thing here. Basically, this was a first for me, a very big F up. You can see through the window how big, well, you can see through this how big the window was. What happened was we put the wrong date on the tub. The date was supposed to be 24, and I don't know why or how I ended up writing, actually, I think that was my handwriting, writing the 4 without the 2. I never made a mistake quite this big on our eggs, and in the most amazing turn of events, it may have been salvageable. When we cut this, no veins were cut. The membrane was fully intact. I don't know how I had such a perfect cut, but it was just a perfect little window inside. But we could see immediately that this snake was not developed right. It was definitely too young, and that's when we looked at our dates and we're like, holy funky monkeys. So we've done this before where we plasticize a piece of paper, put it over a tear. Never done it on such a large scale. We don't know if this thing survived. We just, that's what we're going to do. The rest of these guys aren't due yet, so we're not going to cut them. But let's just cut this guy and see if he survived, because this is hard. He won't be able to cut through that with his egg tooth. And I'm not even sure how to cut this, to be honest. Oh, it dried. Oh, it dried out through the egg thing. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Oh, that is amazing. It doesn't look like anything too impressive. But y'all, I think that's alive still. That is, oh yeah. Oh, we have wigglage. I am not going to stress you, little guy. I guess it was still breathing, because look at how dried out that is, but not the snake's still breathing the ventilation. But y'all, he's alive. I'm gonna say I am truly impressed. We're gonna put this guy back. Actually, let's see if before I do, so y'all can see the head right there, and I don't want to make him wiggle again. But yeah, the other thing is, so this stuff does not stick well to the eggs, but it acts as just enough of a patch. Trying to get down to where, yeah, there we go, to the edge. So, but it acts just as enough of a patch to keep fluid from flowing out. I mean, you can see it just comes right off. In the camera, darn camera with its focus. Anyways. So it's something I am truly amazed. I just learned something, is that it can breathe and still dry out. At least on this scale. But yeah, it worked. It's actually amazing to me. I did not expect that. I did not expect this to work. And now we're going to see if the snake can come on out of the egg and make it.